Company 2 announces with a heavy heart the passing of Fort Myers police officer AdamJobbers-Miller. Following a week of fighting for his life, Adam suddenly passed away yesterday evening. Adam was a former 6-year member of Company 2 before relocating to Florida in 2015. He was the son of Company 2 ex-chief and life member Dave Miller and brother of former Wayne First Aid Squad member Nicole Miller. Services will be held later this week in Fort Myers, Florida, followed by a future memorial service here in New Jersey. Please keep the entire Miller family and the Fort Myers Police Department in your thoughts and prayers during this time. The time now is 19:01.
He's in a better place. Rest in peace. We will continue to go forward from this as he would want us to, and he would push us to do so. So today we are going to talk some sports.
Because it's been a while.
It has been a while for sports. We did a few other off-the-wall segments. We've done some management advising, and we're going to go ahead and we'll let you in on our new focus later on. But today we're going to talk sports. So the cool Christopher Shaw has come up with some really cool topics, and as I always do, we'll pick him apart.
Okay, cool.
Go!
So we're going to talk about, I wanted to talk about football, but basketball's just been the biggest conversation this summer.
Oh, man, huge.
The biggest,
Huge.
like, we think, like, next year's free agency is going to be crazy, but this year was just dramatic on just storyline after storyline after storyline.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's a Laker.
LeBron is the Laker with the death squad.
Yeah, with Mike Beasley, Rajon
squad.
Rondo, Lance Stevenson. You know what? I still think that this roster was built to get Luke Walton fired. This is a Luke Walton firing. This is, you have to hit or you're gone. Kind of like what they did with David Black. Like, they gave him a squad with LeBron, and they were like, make this work.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to argue that. The thing is that nothing's going to go on in the organization that LeBron's not cool with. LeBron is in charge, no matter where he goes. Even going to an iconic team like the Los Angeles Lakers,
With Magic Johnson being the...
with as much talent and Hall of Fame athletes as they've had, they have never had a caliber player of LeBron's magnitude. And when I say caliber, I mean like the total package, whereas he likes to run the show, he likes to run the GM, he likes to run the manager. Am I mistaken? Magic Johnson is the GM, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is the GM.
Yep.
If there was ever a team to check LeBron and make him in place so that he knows that he is a player, he is not making decisions, he's not making the playbook, he needs to follow suit. If there was ever a team to do it, the Lakers are the team. I think Magic Johnson is a strong enough character to pull LeBron James in and say, listen, man, this is why I got this guy. I feel like you could do this. We can go in this direction. As far as coaching, Luke Walton, I don't really like him as a coach. I think he's weak. I don't think he's he was never even a strong player. I don't even know why he's a coach. He wasn't even a strong role player.
But this roster is to get Luke Walton fired. They're all one-year contracts. They're bullies. They're strong guys who are... And I think what they're trying to do is they're establishing two things. Luke Walton's not going to be there next year. And this roster is just full of bullies. They're going to try to out-bully the Warriors. They know they can't beat them, so they're just going to try to bully him around.
Well,
with
Stevenson, Rondo,
and Beasley.
JaVale McGee.
And McGee.
They got Michael Beasley, too?
Yeah, they got Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley can ball.
What?
He used to play for the Heat.
Oh, God.
Michael Beasley can score.
He is a whack job, bro.
But he can score.
Bro, he is a whack job.
So was Dennis Rodman, but he was a baller, wasn't he?
I would not compare Beasley to Dennis Rodman.
Neither would I. I'm just saying he was a whack job as well. Anyway, Michael Beasley can score, whereas Dennis Rodman was more of a defender. He was like a premier bully.
Yeah.
But Michael Beasley, he can get the rock and do something with it. That's what I'm saying. He can score 30 points a game with LeBron. There's nobody else on that team that can really score, unless you want to say Lonzo Ball can do it.
No, I think Lonzo's going to get traded. I think either Lonzo's going to go or Kyle Kuzma's going to go.
I hope Kyle Kuzma goes. It should be Lonzo Ball staying with LeBron. Lonzo Ball will get a lot more touches. He will get to learn more. And that's the thing about LeBron is that what he usually does is he makes everybody around him better when he's on his game.
He does.
So I think he'll bring out a lot more of Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is going to be a key factor for them to be playing. Do I think they can beat the Warriors? Hell fucking no. Especially now that they got Boogie. They got Boogie Cousins on the team. They let go of JaVale McGee. That's the squad.
But this is the thing that most people like. They're like, oh, they got DeMarcus Cousins. He tore his Achilles. We don't know what he is yet. He could be half the man or still the guy. But he signed this contract knowing he has a role. His role is he's going to get healthy. He's going to get 100% healthy. And then he's going to play in March. He's going to play in May.
So Iguodala is going to the bench.
Most likely in those months. Or because you're not going to push Cousins off the bench.
I think Iguodala is actually better off the bench anyway.
He's better with the bench players. Yeah. It's just who he is, and they all understand their roles. And their role is to win a championship this year. And unfortunately, Cousins is not going to get 20 to 30 points. He's going to get 8 with a lot of rebounds.
Well, what they want Cousins in there is to get them boards and
to get rebounds. Because let's be honest, JaVale McGee was just and Zaza Pachulia.
Well, I mean, I feel like JaVale McGee is kind of underrated. When he first joined the Warriors, he made a really big splash, and then they kind of weaned off him. And they stuck with the smaller team with Durant at the power and Iguodala at the small. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, in my opinion. No. But the Warriors, who are already the greatest team ever assembled, just keep getting better.
But it's only 1 year.
It's only 1 year.
Cousins is probably going to go find a bigger deal somewhere else because the Warriors are not going to sign him on for a long time.
No, of course not. But we also don't even know if he can
you got Klay
like
Thompson next year who's going to be free agent, so they're going to sign him. You have to sign him.
Yeah, they have to.
It's like once you lose that piece, because there are talks of the Lakers or someone in the East going to throw some cash his way.
Well, what about your homeboy, Mr. The Rockets are going to beat the Warriors? They got a little better.
I would say a little better. I mean, they lost Ariza. That's their best defensive player. He's gone.
Where did he go?
He went to the Suns for no reason. Like the Suns signed him. I don't know why the Suns signed him.
The Suns are okay.
But they're not a playoff contender team.
They could be now with the reason.
I don't know about all that. But Melo comes to the Rockets. You want to talk about a team that plays no defense? This is the team that plays no defense. Mike D'Antoni's offense.
Yeah.
James Harden, Chris Paul, Melo. And now they're trying to talk into Melo to possibly just coming off the bench. And you know as well as I do, Melo's not coming off the bench.
Well, I don't know if this move that the Warriors made getting Cousins is going to even pan out because I've said it before, I'll say it right now. Cousins is a cancer.
He is.
He's a cancer.
That's why it's only 1 year.
He's a negative influence.
1 year.
He couldn't do it on his own, so now he's joining a team where he can get a ring. And I don't know how it's all going to work. The reason the Warriors work is because on any given date, any of those guys can take control of the game. Any of them. Yeah. It's not just Steph. It's not just Klay. It's not just Durant.
Draymond can take
a game.
He got a triple-double without scoring more than 8 points.
Iguodala can take over if he needed to.
Yeah.
They got a lot of guys that can just take over the rock.
The West is just strong, like it still is now. Paul George stays with OKC. Who would have thought that was coming? I thought he was going to Lakers.
OKC got weaker. Even with Melo, they weren't that great. Westbrook, like I said, is like a modern-day Allen Iverson. He's going to score 30, 40 points. Yeah, sure. He's going to get you triple-doubles, but he's also going to miss the ball 30 times. He's going to turn the ball over 6, 7 times a game. And that's just too many times to give the opposing team the ball, especially when you're the one that's touching it. I just think OKC is a lost cause.
But I still think this was the smartest move OKC could do.
What, letting go of Melo?
Well, letting go of Melo and then signing Paul George.
Well, they need
because you're still going to be relevant and you could possibly make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, you're a middle-of-the-pack team, dude.
But you're not going to win anything.
You're not going to win.
No.
So the East is wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open. So
LeBron's gone.
The only team that I could have sat here and said that have a shot is the Celtics. And there's talks about Kyrie leaving, even though they made it so far into the playoffs without Kyrie. And now the New York Knicks fans are making this really huge mistake that the Chicago Bulls did the same thing with Derrick Rose. And I said it to somebody in 2014 because they were all about Derrick Rose. They're all, oh, this guy's he's going to take the Bulls to the next level. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. I looked at him. I said, man, I wouldn't put all my eggs in the Derrick Rose basket. When he's on the court, hell yeah, they can take over everything. But he's not going to be on the court.
Yeah. So
the same thing with Kyrie. He's already been injured.
Let's talk about
out of the 3 years. Keeps getting hurt.
If he leaves, and let's say Jimmy Butler goes with him.
Jimmy Butler just got hurt. Porzingis is hurt.
Yeah, but you have a foundation to make a push in the playoffs.
Yeah, we have a foundation.
You have a foundation.
They're going to have their own wing.
But there's nobody else in the East. I mean, Toronto just got Kawhi Leonard, but it's only for a year. He could leave and go back to the West.
Well, we'll worry about that next year.
Yeah. So,
but this year, Raptors have Kyrie, and apparently, I could not believe that they traded DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. I
just couldn't. I didn't understand why they could have traded DeMar DeRozan. He is the face of this franchise, and then they just let him go for Leonard.
Yeah.
Which Leonard, I get it. He's an A+ player, but you just traded your A+ player for another A+ player. You didn't get any better.
Well, I think they got worse. Well, Toronto got better. Spurs got worse. DeRozan just crumbles in the playoffs. I feel like the Spurs are probably going to either miss the playoffs this year for the first time, or they're going to be an 8 seed.
They did a highlight video for DeRozan playing for the Raptors, and every highlight, the team was already up by 10 points, and he's like driving to the basket or whatever. Yeah. It never shows him like getting that point to go over. That's I think that's the fact. He doesn't have that X factor.
DeRozan to me is like the perfect all-star role player. He reminds me of a Scottie Pippen. He reminds me of a Klay Thompson. Like, they're really, really, really good.
Did you just sit here and call Scottie Pippen a role player?
But what did he do when Michael left?
He scored 30-some points a game.
But did he take him over the hump to get another ring? No. It had to
he was already past his prime.
Do you really think, listen, if Steph and Durant were off of that Warriors team, you really think that Warriors would be relevant with Klay Thompson?
I don't know.
No, because he is not the guy. He's not a number one guy. He's a number two guy. DeRozan to me was always a number two guy. They always pictured him to be this number one guy.
Is still a step up from being a role player. Role player.
Okay, I might have said it wrong, but he's a number two guy. Where Kawhi is more of a number one guy. DeRozan to me was like Toronto was number one this year. They had home court advantage against LeBron. I don't think so.
I didn't hear anything about the Heat.
Like they were trying to push for Melo.
The Heat are gonna take it with Luke Babbitt.
Listen, I keep trying to say that there's certain teams in the East that are just going to go all in, and I hate to be a homer, but I want my Pistons to do something. I mean, we got two big men.
Who's your two big men besides Drummond?
It's Blake Griffin and...
Did you what?
Yeah, I got a big man.
Fuck out of here.
But Blake Griffin has been to the playoffs. I mean, he hasn't really shown that he could be that guy. But if I get a solid point guard like...
You're right. No, but you're right because the East is wide open, so Blake Griffin with his walker can walk right into the playoffs.
Yeah, anybody can walk in. Like, the Pacers look good now. The Sixers, like...
The Pacers look good.
I mean, Victor Oladipo, you got Miles, I think it's like Teller or something like that. Turner. Miles Turner. Like, that team was in the playoffs last year.
I think, honestly, Philadelphia will make a big splash.
Well, they got the Rookie of the Year and Ben Simmons, Embiid, and then we haven't even seen Markelle Fultz yet, but I'm still debating on if he's like a draft bust. But to be honest with you, if I got to pick a team right now for the East, it's the Celtics. As much as I love Kawhi and I love the Toronto system, I still think he's getting traded. I think they're going to wait till January to see how this goes. If they're like, they're about barely above 500, I'm telling you right now, he's picking up the phone.
I know.
Lakers,
right now, I'll say it today.
Or Clippers.
I'll say it today. It's going to be Celtics, Sixers, Raptors, Knicks. Top four in these.
Knicks
will be top four.
I think the Pacers are better than the Knicks.
I don't think the Pacers are going to be better than the Knicks.
It's just Oladipo has just gotten so much better since he's left Westbrook, and we haven't seen that yet from him.
I haven't had enough of Oladipo to give him credit.
So, my question to you is that if Toronto's fourth, are you trading Kawhi? Let's say January.
Raptors are third.
Okay, so third.
If
you
Toronto
know
is
he's
not,
leaving.
if Toronto is not in the running and they're not meshing well, they will let go of Leonard so they can at least get something for him.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, they're calling L.A. either the Clippers because the Clippers won. Jerry West is now the GM, and he has told Magic several times, "I'm getting Kawhi." So you know you're going to get more trade bait from him than you would with the Lakers.
You would get more
because
from
the Lakers are not going to give up a lot right now because they have LeBron. They don't want to give away
a couple players that right off the top of my head that the Clippers can let go is Patrick Beverly. They can let go of him. They can let go of Austin Rivers.
Yeah, but you don't want guys like that.
No,
you want draft picks, and that's what Toronto's looking at. If they go full rebuild, it's draft picks.
You can get 3 or 4 guys to play around your players depending on who's taking over. Because Lowry is a great guy to have the ball surround around. He can make his shots. He can handle the ball. He can dish out when they double team him. They can do lots of things. Austin Rivers is a dead shot from 3. Patrick Beverly is an in-your-face kind of guard like Gary Payton was. There's a lot of pieces that the Clippers can let go. I don't really know how many draft picks they have. I don't think they'd have too many. They probably got a couple when they traded Blake Griffin.
we gave them more than they used it this year.
So
I just feel like there's just too much in the West. Like I think it was there was 30 All-Stars.
No, the West is stacked,
and 25 or 21 of them
the West is
have
stacked.
changed teams,
Mm-hmm.
and most of them have migrated west.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at the top 5 guys in the East,
I can't believe LeBron didn't go to the Sixers.
I can.
Mm-hmm.
He's look at his situation. He knows he's not going to beat the Warriors. He's looking at LA. It's home. It's closer to home. His son, and this is the weird part. He signed a 5-year deal. Was it a 5-year deal? I think it was a 5-year deal.
Max.
Okay, max deal, 5 years. Okay, this is the first time he's done it in 6 years.
Yep.
His son will be coming out of college.
What, you think he's going to play with his son?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. If he stays the whole 5 years, his son can come play in the league.
Even that good?
Yeah, he's in high school now. He's playing AU ball, and he's doing pretty good. But and all the college, like UCLA's looking at him. I think Kentucky's looking at him. And I'm telling you, if he gets drafted, LeBron's going.
When we're talking about high school players, man, like the best players that come out of the game are players from big metropolitan areas like Philly, like New York, like all these places, like Los Angeles.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is, like, if you have the first... Okay, here's the next question before we end the show. If you have the first pick when LeBron's son is up, let's say you have the first pick. Are you the GM to take LeBron Jr. because you know he may jump with you?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
I would. I'd probably get fired, but I would.
No. And he can't get drafted out of high school. He has to play at least 1 year in college.
No, that's what I said. He'll have 1 year of college. If they don't get rid of this rule, this one and done rule, his son can play 1 year of college, come out, and I think LeBron will either be a free agent then, or he'll have 1 year left with the Lakers.
And if LeBron James is any kind of father, he will force his son to get a degree. He will not let him come into the into the NBA if he's any kind of father, which I see him to be. So
he is, but you know
he'll make him get his college degree because you can only play basketball as long as God lets you. One twist, one movement of the knee, one wrong thing, and then there goes your money, there goes your career.
But that's the other thing too. It's like you got to look at that. Like, are you willing to? This has always been the question with the one and dones. Like, are you willing to give up all the money in the world if you get hurt your senior year?
But that's the thing.
That's what's happened. Jaleel Okafor was the top
the
pick for 3 years, and he stayed with Duke all 4 years. Then he becomes the number 3 pick.
Like let me
and
like maybe
has
you don't
done nothing
you
but
don't know
panned
this
out
about
to
money.
nothing.
When you get paid into the bracket where NBA players are paid, they say that's just for instance. I'm just going to throw a number out there. LeBron gets signed and he gets $20 million this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, $10 million goes to the taxman.
Depending on where you go.
So that's no longer 20. That's 10.
Yeah, well, it just depends on where you go, too. If you get stuck with somewhere that has a state tax, you're going to take out more taxes. But if you go somewhere that doesn't have a state tax, your tax is going to be...
I'm just talking about federal right now. I didn't even talk about
Oh.
state. Federal is going to take half your money once you're in that bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Half your money goes to the government. Then if you're in a state where it has state tax, another 10% is going to go. So it's not a lot of money. And
It's
when
not.
you get out of college and you take that 1-year deal, you are not going to get a max deal like you would get as a superstar or something like that. So this $6 million contract that you signed, it's really $3 million. It's really 2.2. And then the first thing you do, if you're a good person, you buy your mama a house, you do this or you do that. Which most people at that age, when they get that amount of money, they don't know how to handle that.
LeBron James Jr. doesn't have to buy his mama a house.
No, he doesn't. But
like
he also doesn't. He probably doesn't understand how to save.
But his dad is the most. He is becoming the Michael Jordan era. He's the most. He's a businessman now. He owns businesses. He has a shoe. He's made so much money. He's got invested in a soccer team in the Europe League. He is a businessman, and I still think that his son's going to leave because he's going to show his son,
even more
you don't
reason
need
to
to
stay
do
in
this
school
right
and get a
now.
degree because you don't hurt for money. Even more reason. If it were me, I would push my son to get his degree.
Oh yeah, if LeBron's sitting here going, listen, you could come play in this league, but it's tough. It's a completely different league. You're probably not going to be to get all this money, but at the same time, you got to look at it this way and say, hey, sometimes it's nice to have my own money, and I'm playing in college where most of these ticket sales and most of the things that they're selling is because my name is LeBron Jr. How would you feel if your school's making so much money off of you where you're sitting here going, I could either stay 4 years where they get paid for 4 years of me being here, of taking them to a national championship, of taking them to the conference championship, or even a Final Four in basketball. I'm not saying he's that good, but if he is, he's going to be the top dog.
Anyways, it's really rare for a father to pass on his talents to his son like that.
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan had the same thing too.
It's just not,
it's hard. It's going to be hard
to have an iconic player like LeBron James and then his son actually take his talent from him.
But wouldn't it be funny though?
It wouldn't be
if
funny.
that generation just passed on and he was just as good.
It would be amazing. It would be something for the history books.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and expect it, especially when he's playing in a place like Los Angeles. All he's going to be playing is prep kids, things like that, people that are privileged. And he might outshine because LeBron James, I'm sure, has instilled the foundation of, look, we have come from nothing. We came from nothing. My mother had to work 3 jobs to support me. I had to, drive myself home or take myself home on the bus or whatnot. LeBron grew up on the street, and his mama did the best he could do for her that she could provide, and hopefully he instills those values into her, and he's not just this privileged kid of being LeBron Jr. You know what I mean?
They've talked to LeBron about it. He says he regrets naming him LeBron Jr., but that's just. It's what it is.
He's LeBron Jr. That's it.
I just think that it doesn't really matter what he was named.
No, he's still
LeBron's son.
He's still LeBron's son. So, all right. So the West, we're sticking with the Warriors. Are still going to dominate. The Lakers.
Okay, so how about this? We pick 2 teams. So we pick 2 teams from the West that are going to make it to the Final Four. So 2 teams from the West and then 2 teams from the East, and this will be on record. So when we come back next year...
All right, well, Warriors and Rockets are in the West. I think that they're going to be right where they were last year, and they're going to lose in the conference championship.
Okay.
And on the East, it's going to be Boston and Toronto. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking Warriors and Lakers.
You think the Lakers are going to be 4?
Yep.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
They're going to go. You cannot argue.
Yeah, they're going to go as the 8th seed. They're going to go as the 8th seed.
No, first of all, they will go as the 4th seed.
Bullshit.
You have the best player in the world. That's all I'm saying.
On
my east side,
the West is stacked.
On the east side, I have. I'll take. Give me a minute. I'll take the Celtics just because Brad Stevens is an amazing coach. Oh man, I'm stuck between the Sixers and the Toronto, but I think the Sixers are gonna. I think after last year when they got their let's just say their butts handed to them.
Yeah, I think Toronto will be there. I think the
I
Sixers will be there.
I think Sixers are going to be a lot tougher from last year. They got their butts handed to them.
I agree with you. I'm not going to argue that. I think the Sixers will be top 4. I already said it earlier in the show.
Yeah. So.
But that's pretty good for basketball. A lot of big trades, a lot of big splashes, a lot of big
you heard it first.
storylines.
You heard it first. Lakers, Warriors, Western Conference Finals.
This guy's so full of shit.
Western Conference Finals.
I can't believe I do this
LeBron is
show
going to
with you.
carry this damn team all the way.
What are you
to the
talking
Western
about? I
Conference.
thought you said like 4 shows ago that you hate LeBron now.
I do, but you can't.
You can't.
I don't like him, but you can't. You can't argue against him.
Yeah, there's nobody else there to play with him. He can't do it on his own, man. You proved that in Cleveland. He had 2 other great players with him, and he couldn't do it in Cleveland.
But he still got him there.
With good role players.
He's going to have decent role. Kyle Kuzma is no sleeper, and Lonzo is half the man.
Kyle Kuzma's no sleeper. Who's Kyle Kuzma? Exactly. Nobody.
Rondo's going to be good.
Nobody. Who?
Lance Stevenson can shoot.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Western Conference
Lance
Finals.
Stevenson hasn't shot a ball.
Lakers and Warriors.
Get out of here. You're crazy.
Lakers and Warriors.
I don't even know why I sit here with you. You're supposed to be the guy with all the I'm just arguing.
Lakers and Warriors.
You're crazy. You're crazy. This is a fanboy Christopher Shaw.
I'm gonna laugh too next year. I'll be like, suck it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh so hard. You're like, oh, how's the music?
I'm gonna laugh so hard at you at when the fucking Jets beat the Lions.
Oh, whatever.
This year on Monday night, you gotta wear that Jets hat for a week. Because if you don't know, the cool Christopher Shaw, who's with the beautiful Natalia Star, or as we like to call her, Black Barbara, she's a very huge Jets fan. So they have a bet going on who's gonna win Monday Night Football.
You know what? We'll make it interesting. I'll wear that Jets hat during the show, but then you have to come on the show with the Lions jersey if they win.
And model it.
Of how great Matthew Stafford is.
All right,
guys.
Well,
All right. Well,
once again, this is our sports segment for Over the Top Entertainment. It has been a very tough week. I want to thank everyone who has shown their support and offered their prayers to the Miller Jobbers family. And thank you so much. It's been very difficult. Still, it continues to be very difficult. We will be here representing. We will argue the hell of it. We are going to have a few more segments added to the Over the Top podcast. A really interesting aspect. We're going to have an Angelo's Antics segment where we're going to do a lot of crazy things, jackass style, but not precisely jackass. It'll be really fun. I'll be there every step of the way. We're going to have a conspiracy segment for those of you who like conspiracy theories. We're going to continue to do our entertainment. We're going to continue to do sports. We will be more organized, and we're gonna set this off for you guys. We want to reach all of you. We want to do everything. We do listen to you guys. We have had multiple messages talking about things like this, and we are listening. We are going to do this. And once again, thank you for all your continued support. I appreciate everything you guys do for us. If it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't have this show. That's really all I gotta say. Thank you so much, guys.
all right. Over the top.
Over the top.
Over the top!
Thank you.
Thank you, Angelo. Thank you so much, buddy.
More Evangelist Antics.